Hey everyone, I'm working on that worksheet that I gave you guys to do at home. If you look at the color where it's going down the side and then across the bottom, if you go over and then up, it'll tell you what colors to put where. So in that top box, it goes, bottom. If you go from the bottom up, it says red and then red over. So if your secondary and primary colors down the middle. Now that upper lighter area, you don't have to paint anything in that area. But I really want to talk about tints and shade and tone. So right there I'm writing that the tints can be a 1-to-1 ratio. So one color plus one white, and then shades, we have to increase the color because black is so strong. So like a 4-to-1. And then tone, you have to make gray first and then use the color, one color to one gray. But on tone, I'm going to show you kind of a trick that I'll use. So up for the first box up there, it's pink, right? But I did a 1-to-1 ratio. So one red, one white. The next one was orange, one white. So just do the 1-to-1 ratio for your tints all the way down. And you'll get these really pretty pastel colors. Typically we use them for little kids, for babies, for sunrises. So they're a little bit less like used in decor if you're an adult, but if you are decorating a baby's room. All right, so now for tone, I could make a bunch of grays, but what I did was I used the same color I got for tints, and then I added a tiny bit of black to my already made tints. So the ratio on that, if you think about adding a little bit of black, so it's probably more of a lighter gray, so maybe like a 3-to-1 for your gray, 3 white, 1 black, maybe even 4 white, 1 black, and then one color. So it gets a little bit more complicated with tones. But if you've ever been to the paint store and you've tried to buy paint, you can obviously see that this is where all of those different paint colors come from. So we're doing a 1-to-1 ratio for tone or for tints, but there's obviously so many more ratios if we started playing with the amount of white or black or gray. All right, the rest of the chart, just follow, like I said, across and then up, and then it'll tell you your color. You're gonna get neutrals also. So like, if you're mixing like say a red or a green together or an orange and a green together, you're going to see how that green can be kind of neutralized. Neutralized is the way we say when you mix a little bit of the complementary color from across the color wheel or a neighboring complementary into a color. So that's why I was very told you guys to be really careful about washing out your brush, cleaning your water when you're switching colors. If you're not trying to make neutrals, because you want to keep your colors nice and intense. But this chart will also show you some of those neutrals. Well, combinations. But again, you could also have a ton of different neutral combinations. So the other two worksheets that I gave you will talk more in depth about neutrals, but this is just kind of a sheet that will kind of get you introduced to that. And then just complete the only the darker kind of boxed areas of this worksheet. As far as shades go, you guys, be really careful with black. So when you're ready, in a second I'll be mixing red with black. And like I say, I kind of wrote a ratio down there that says 4 parts color to 1 part black. But even that, just kind of start with little dots of black, little tiny dabs of black, and see what you get. So I still have quite a few colors mixed up on my palette, all of them really. Some of them I have to kind of rehydrate or kind of add to. But remember, keep your palettes because you might end up with colors on there that you can use. So like yellow, I had to be really careful with black and with yellow because yellow is so weak. There's orange with black. And my last one, I guess I went up instead of down, but my last one was red with black. So